Rob, Mike, Pio, NFTCulture. Got a lot to talk about today. It's been a crazy week in NFTs. Pio, what's up?
Not much. I bought some stuff this week. I sold some things this week for a profit. Very exciting for me.
I'm excited just seeing the numbers come back up. I'm excited just seeing the Nifty Gateway numbers coming back up. It was impressive. Bitcoin Angel Faces are at, all these other things. I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Right?
A lot of missed opportunities, though.
You think so? Would you have bought more would you try to scoop some more at the bottom? Would you have done that, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. Like I wanted to buy that Blake Catherine one, which I didn't buy. I wanted to buy a few other things, trying to think of what else I wanted to pick up.
For me, it would have been Micah Johnson pieces. They were all trading, like chapter 1 and 2 were trading at sub mid price of the Micah Johnson series. And that's like a no brainer. I could have just scooped those. I mean, chapter 2 is now trading at like $5,000 and it was literally at $600. So, you know, come on. And then Bitcoin Angel, like I should have just scooped that. Yeah, I should have been buying them. It was at drop price, Rob. You could have probably bought it at like $700, you know, so just, it is what it is.
Last sell, 1550. Last sell, 1550.
Yep.
That's the thing about these commodity pieces. Why I think they're always a good decision is like they're the easy entries into the blue chip artists, and so I mean eventually they'll be just regular people will be priced out, but for now we're not. Although it's going back up again, but it seemed like they were all sure things. But then again, it's always hard to pull a trigger at the bottom. The reason why we're at the bottom is because people aren't pulling triggers, even if it's like makes perfect sense.
But now I know, you know, if Micah Johnson stuff tanks or if Bitcoin Angel stuff tanks, I'm not going to hesitate. The other thing is that if that's in the gutter, it's probable that like Bitcoin itself or like ETH itself is in the gutter. So it's like, which one are you going to buy? And you're probably going to buy the Bitcoin or the ETH. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much. I just stuck with my dollar cost average strategy with 2,500 through the whole thing.
Pax Cubes at 2,500. That's the one I like to watch a lot too. So back to 2,500. It was right at 1,500 or maybe 1,400 a couple weeks ago.
Which was the price on the third day, the open edition third day.
Third day?
Those people, third day because it was
1,500 was third day. 500,000, 1,500, right? Yeah.
We got Johnny Dunn in the chat saying, let's go. Appreciate what you guys are doing for the NFT space and VeVe. He is
and VeVe. All right.
Let's go.
I did get my Spider-Man PO. Did you sold your Spider-Man?
I did, man. I'm VeVe Flipper version 2 right here. And he actually was on our channel last night. He popped into the chat while I was talking to the Gale and he came on. And yeah, I'm trying to build up like a lot of gems. And then if the market tanks the way it's expected that it will, once you can withdraw the gems, then I want to, you know, maybe make a few plays in VeVe. But right now I'm trying to flip VeVe, which is what I probably should have done earlier when it came to like, you know, some of these Nifty Gateway things and stuff. So I wouldn't have been so devastated by the crash, and I'd probably be holding some better stuff on OpenSea right now too.
I hear you. I think VeVe is gonna. Do you feel, or what do you guys think? Because you know, VeVe's brand new platform, just like when Nifty Gateway's brand new platform. Not a lot of stuff, but I feel they're dropping a lot more stuff. They're going to be as well. But, you know, I think the trajectory is going to be like that and going to have the same type of maybe market bounce eventually.
Well, the speculation is that once they let you withdraw gems, people are going to dump because they just want the money, and that totally makes sense to me. Like VeVe Flipper told me that he's put in like $500 or something, and then now he's at like $30,000. So he put $500 worth of worth of cash into the system. He's turned it into 30,000. I'm not saying he's going to dump, but there are other people like him. And so, for example, I sold the Spider-Man for like, I bought it for 100. I sold it after the fees. It came out to 140. And I see CG's been watching my moves. He said he sold Spider-Man to buy a Lazy Lion. I see, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I did buy a Lazy Lion. I do want to talk about my buys this week. You know, I'm not exactly the sophisticated art speculator, but this was a big week for me. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. So look. So see the Pepes on the top left. You see the Pepes? So,
I saw you set your Twitter to one of those.
Shout out to Lucky One.
This is 100% because of Lucky
awesome.
One. 100% because of Lucky One. Lucky One put me on.
That's great.
So the top left The top left is like a forever hold for me. That is Zombie Pepe from the it's called like Emblem. It's like Emblem. It's a project from 2018. And Gary V was talking today on Twitter about looking for projects from 2018 and 2019 that haven't been discovered yet. I bought that for 0.04 ETH. So I think that probably qualifies, right? But what I realized is I should be flipping some of the new projects like a Lazy Lion, like a Satoshable, like this Pepe avatar thing with the sword going through its head to get money, to get profits to, rotate into these forever holds like that Zombie Pepe. I wish I could have bought more of those, and the floor is already going up. But yeah, I'll kind of stop there. What's going on, John?
What's up, Pio? Hey, dude, what's up, bro? The whole crew. Fucking super flex.
Yes. We're holding it down. I want to make a comment about Spookies. And so Spookies is interesting because they have a pretty passionate fan base. Their Discord has over 3,000 people in it. It's steady. And the unique holders has steadily been going up every single day. And it's been very volatile. The price action has bounced between 0.035 and 0.07 like 2 or 3 times this week. So I'm just watching it. I bought the first one at 0.07, I think, with Mal, and it got up to 0.1, but it hasn't really gotten back up there. I think it's at like 0.08 right now, so it's looking decently strong, maybe because it's Friday the 13th. But when it was bouncing between 0.035 and 0.07, I would buy it at 0.035 and then I'd sell it at 0.07. So it's not a major gain, but it was very tradable. And if you had the guts to kind of go harder at that bottom, it just kept coming back. And I watched it do that a bunch of times. The Deadheads chart was doing that too. And then I saw Ja Rule bought a Deadhead, and Deadheads have been moving a little bit today. And there's a lot of hype around Deadheads going into Halloween. So I also think that Deadheads might be pretty tradable.
Scroll down there. What's that animated one right there? Like a ticket.
So that's
like a golden ticket.
You're
going to Willy Wonka?
It's ultra speculative. That one is the Jenkins the Valet Writer's Room ticket. And Jenkins the Valet is a Bored Ape derivative project. And that might be because I'm my stomach turns when I think about Bored Apes. And I just still have the FOMO of Bored Apes. So I guess I'm going to buy this derivative project to kind of act like I'm sort of involved with the Bored Ape community. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Pio, did you already talk about this Pepe? What was the deal? Malachi tried to get me on this Pepe deal, and I tried to get in, and they had contract call errors and all sorts of things happening, and I'm like, this seems whack. So what's going on there?
So the top left Pepe, I have real conviction in, like the zombie Pepe Pokemon card looking thing, and I want to buy more of those, but I want to get profits from flipping and rotate those profits into those and hold those forever. The profile picture Pepe is more fun and silly, and it gave me a chance to get into the orange DAO and to rock with my guy Lucky One. I got an orange sword and an orange gun there with the orange background. So that was more of a me thing. I wouldn't.
That's badass.
It's still up 50%. I bought it at 0.1 or 0.11, and it's trading at like 0.15. So.
All right, cool. So Orange DAO doesn't care as long as you have something PFP that has orange in it.
The properties on OpenSea have to say orange. It can't say like copper or rust. It has to be orange. That's the deal.
Cool.
So yeah, and then Satoshable. So check it out, right? So Satoshables is the funny project that I bought at first because Trevor Owens, who was on stream earlier with the creators of Satoshables and me, he bought it and he was like, you got to get in. And I was like, well, my Bitcoin bro, Trevor Owens, and I should have hit up Rob right away because obviously Rob's another Bitcoin, one of my Bitcoin bros. And so I bought one, and overnight last night, it sold for twice what I paid for it. I listed it at double what I paid for it right when I bought it. I kind of forgot about it. And then so now I've bought in, and I actually had this one listed, but I've raised the price because Satoshables, since we talked about them, so I don't know if it's correlated, but since we've talked about them this morning and met with the creators, they have been moving. They've been moving, and the unique holders have been going up.
So, Pio, let me get this straight. You went out and bought one, and then you pumped it up.
I I bought it after I talked to them. I did not pump it up.
PPG, pumping Pio's bags.
I'm not pumping that.
You gotta change that Twitter handle. The pumper. Pio the pumper.
Everybody's allowed to pump a little bit of bag on your, as long as you say that you're pumping your own bags. That's all
If I was pumping bags, you'd see me talking about my Nifty Gateway BS. That's what you'd see me talking about, PPG.
If you're not pumping, you don't have conviction in your bag, so I expect a little bit of it for sure.
That's true. Here, scroll down a little bit because some of this stuff is relevant, right?
I can't. It's yours.
Oh, it's me? Oh, okay. I'm over here. I'm like trying to be like, hey, Jamie, go scroll down. Malachi's like, dude, do it yourself, bro. All right, so check it out. So this Lazy Lion, okay, I just bought this. My friend has high conviction in this. This is the 9,999th most rare, least rare lion. So only one lion is worse than this one in terms of rarity. It was a floor lion. It has no shirt, which I thought was clean. It has this gold chain, which is interesting to me. He's got this kind of like chill expression, and then he has a man bun. So I wanted a floor
Looks like
lion.
me with a gold chain, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's me with a gold chain. What are you talking about?
It's definitely either Rob or Danny. I see Sophisticated Speculator right here is here. 140 IQ play. What, buying the 9,909th one, bro? Is that it? Anyway, I bought this because it's really moving, and my friend, who could be the next Sophisticated Art Speculator, he comes from the trading card world, and he's very closed-minded. So it took him until this week to get involved with NFTs, but he's 4 days in and he's already made major profits trading Satoshiables and now Lazy Lions. He stayed away from spookies, and I want to have him on our show once he's a little bit more informed, but he's already doing really well, and he's big on Lazy Lions, and he thinks that Lazy Lions are going to continue to go up. So I basically went off of him and then added my own spin of that rarity thing. I also bought a blazed cat, but this is more of just a me wanting to be part of the rebellion against the Ashton Kutcher project. So I should have held off on buying this, and I should have gotten more profits to rotate into this, because this is kind of the same thing, like a piece of history in a different way than the Pepe on the top left. And last but not least, now that I have my kick-ass orange DAO avatar, as much as it'll hurt me to sell this avatar, lizards have gotten up to a 0.32 floor multiple times, and I bought this for 0.11. So that would be a 3x gain, a fifth of an Ethereum gain. So at this point, I will ship this off if lizards go up. I have it listed at 0.32, but I'm also comfortable with keeping it because I like the microphone and the general aesthetic, and I think it represents me as a podcaster because of the microphone, and I kind of like the art style. So that's my little pitch and my theses on all the moves that I made this week. I think I'm most proud of flipping the spookies on that arbitrage, holding on to the Satoshiable, and hopefully it's friggin' Ape Gang come back so I can offload this thing.
The art on the Lazy Lions isn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
that was the most backhanded
That's some
compliment.
conviction.
No, it's floor. Okay, floor right now.
It's not a pickle.
It's 0.1. Oh, pickles were pretty shitty art for sure.
No, the pickles were great art. It was like crappy deployment. I like the Lions. There's someone really passionate about the Lions in our Discord. And I guess I got to do research on the Lions. But I'm
the New Era guy, right? That's not my friend.
Okay,
yeah,
I was like, are we really just teaching your buddy about Lions?
No. Like my friend texted me. He was like, "Who is this New Era guy?" Because he's more into Lions than me, and I was like, "I don't know who he is." Gary tweeted about actual pickles.
Sass, how many pickles do you still have? If you own 360, you're gonna be rich.
I know that's true. How many? I'm gonna ping Sass. No pressure, Sass. I'm gonna ping you the link if you want to come on. No pressure though.
Gary tweeted about like real pickles, and everyone was like obsessed with NFTs, and they're like, Gary's talking about pickles, so they all ran out and bought pickle NFTs because Gary's like literally talking about pickled cucumbers, and everyone's like, it's a sign he's going ham. It's crazy.
Dude, the one I don't get still is the penguin one. 3 ETH floor for those.
It's because the the crypto influencers got involved, and they all realized that they can manipulate the shit out of the NFT market easily.
It's cool. Dude, I sold the 13th rarest pudgy the night it released. It sold 2 days ago for 20 Ethereum. Paper hands back.
Wow.
But
That's
I mean,
insane.
like, I get that.
Wow.
I get that there's crypto like influencers like pumping pudgy penguins, but like
Penguins are going to be the next ape.
Really? You're saying that? You're calling it out?
No.
All right, Yeti boy.
Yeah.
They've already 300x the Yetis.
I mean, for all we know, they might be the next ape floor wise, but it's like there's no way the project has like staying power.
There's
surely,
only
right?
3,300. Like it's the art looks good.
Art's okay at best.
Subjective opinions for everybody. It's a good profile picture.
Yeah.
It meets the criteria. It's limited. It's scarce. It's
penguin?
easily identifiable. Yeah. And maybe I'm just really sad that I sold all 4 of mine, where I'd have
Here's my deal.
80 ETH if I didn't.
First off, they're so like low res and like so little detail.
Are you looking at the pixel penguins or the actual
No,
pudgy
I'm looking
penguins?
at actual pudgy penguins. Floor of 3 ETH. Unless there's multiple 3 ETH floor penguin projects. Pretty sure there's not.
There
No,
are,
there's
dude.
not.
No, there's another one. No, I'm serious. Another one dropped today. It's on the top 50 list. There's another penguin.
Well, this is number 2 on the list today. It's past Bored Apes. It's only behind CryptoPunks, which is just crazy. But like
The penguin?
yeah, the penguin. But it's like I just don't.
You're right, Mike. It is that one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like, here's the thing: when you put a Bored Ape on something, the apes like kind of look cool and they're kind of weird and striking in a way. Like they kind of like you're like, hey, that's an interesting drawing. What the hell is that? But a penguin, it looks like you drew it yourself and made it your own profile picture. It doesn't pass that threshold of did this guy draw his own profile picture? With the penguin, it's like, yeah, he probably did. And he made himself a fat penguin for some reason.
So, Mike, what you're saying is you don't own a penguin yet.
I know.
You're not going to make
say,
it.
John?
I said what you're saying is you don't own a penguin yet, but you do own an ape.
I do own an ape, so I'm pumping my own bag. But on the other hand, like just totally unbiased. I mean, I wouldn't put this in front of many other profile picture projects.
It's been manipulated.
I wouldn't want this as my profile picture. It's not cool enough.
That's what I'm
Pun
saying.
Intended.
They're kind of I don't know. Maybe they appeal to a different like age demographic.
I think we're all just angry that we didn't make money on penguins.
Yeah, I mean it's market manipulation 100% by all of the crypto Twitter decided that was the project that they were all going to pour big money bags into, and you can manipulate the shit out of one of these markets. Dude, one guy bought $7 million worth of CryptoPunks, of the most important and biggest project in the space, and that moved the floor like what, 20 ETH or whatever, right? So it's like you can manipulate the hell out of a penguin project. Come on, you can just inject capital into it and it's going to go up.
Yeah, I think in that case, that one makes a little bit more sense to me, because you could make a case that CryptoPunks are going to have long-term value because they're the first. Like,
I want to ask you sorry, Mike. I want to ask you a real quick question. What do you think of this penguin?
Is that the one, Mal?
You gonna buy one?
That's the one he had. That's the one he dropped.
Oh my god!
You paper-handed that by, didn't you?
I mean, as far as penguins go, that one is less uncool than other penguins. It's less uncool.
Just buy it back, Mal.
Wow.
Yeah, the last sale was 20 ETH.
Trade your dude, Malachi. That puts this penguin at the same level as your dead ape, your sushi ape.
That's nuts.
I know.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Put those up side by side and tell me that.
Imagine I had both.
They're worth the same.
Yeah.
No, you would have one valuable
tequila.
piece of art and you'd have one worthless piece of art. At least you got the 0.4 or whatever you got for it.
Yeah.
Maybe
that
I'm
was
crazy.
actually a different one.
I'm
No, I
hating.
agree with
I'm
I
just
agree
a
with
hater.
everything you're saying, but here's the thing: is like there's going to be that next project, right? And so for us, like we're sounding like Rob when he's like, "Apes, I own CryptoPunks. F you, like you're silly." Like now we're like ape
Such a maxi.
maximalists.
I know.
We're like, there's nothing that'll ever be an
I
ape.
know.
You know.
But that
And so,
being
like,
said,
but
Rob,
like
I
there's
guarantee you when
something that's
Rob
gonna
looks
be
at
there.
when Rob looks at an ape, he's not like that's stupid. He's like that's cool. It's just not as cool as what I have. Which I can
There you
look
go.
at stuff like I mean, I don't know what's even the lions are kind of a little bit rough art wise. So it's hard for me to like some of the stuff Pio was showing on his like the Jenkins the Valet is kind of cool. The lizard is kind of cool. I mean, I can look at the lizard thing and be like, that's an interesting piece of art. It looks like it's actual art and not just like hand drawn, or somebody in the chat called it clip art.
Yeah, I mean, Nick's right. He's given a bunch of alpha here. He's saying if it's really, really stupid, it's going to 10x. And I think he's fair on that. I don't think that there's going to be sustainability with the penguins. Obviously, I think that's like, goes without saying. These things seem to be moving at least a little bit.
They're hurting. They're hurting me bad.
They're hurting you bad?
They were doing so good. Like the floor.
We lost you, Mal.
The floor went up to like 0.19, and I had one listed at like 0.189, and I could have sold it. And I'm like, oh, I sell everything. I'm paper handing everything. And like these Shibus like launched, and I made money on them, so I can't complain. But these dope Shibas like launched. And so like the dope Shibas sucked all the wind out of these projects. And so like, here, P, I'll paste it to you since you have it up. Like, it was one of these things like these were a rocket ship. Everyone is just FOMOing into these zombies. And then like I was like, I have 2 zombies, and then I was like the 4th left, and I unlisted it, and it went up just a little bit higher. And then like dope Shibas came out, and now the dope Shibas came out for like 0.02. And like while we're on the stream, I like listed them for 0.08, and like 3 sold immediately for me. And I'm like, damn it. Like, it's awesome that I covered my cost bases, but like, they're just going parabolic, like super quickly. Like these projects, it's so fickle. That's the thing. Like people need to realize, like, if you missed a project, it doesn't mean you have to go buy it on the secondary. It also means like, you don't necessarily have to pay the gas to buy it on retail, because like 3 weeks from now, this could be pudgy penguins. Like whatever invisible hand that's behind this is like, all right, today we're pumping Shibas, and now Shibas are worth 4.5 Ethereum. Like all of this stuff is really concerning for me. Sorry.
No, I think it's just like replay of June. Doesn't it feel just like June? It's like June 2. June V2. Anything and everything. You mint it, you make money. Doesn't matter.
The thing to keep in mind is so
Go
many
ahead,
people are coming into the space is the thing. Like this is what you're seeing is new money coming into the space looking for the next Bored Ape. It's literally the next Bored Ape. It's not the next CryptoPunk, because it's like CryptoPunks is too old, It's the next Bored Ape. Everyone heard about Bored Apes. Hipsters know about Bored Apes. If you bring up NFTs, people will be like, "Oh, you mean like Bored Apes?" They're really becoming mainstream. People aesthetically like the Bored Apes better than the CryptoPunks. I've had a lot of people tell me they don't like the look of the CryptoPunks. I personally do, but a lot of people don't like pixel art. You'll hear that all the time. So it's like, so Nick's calling
They
the
don't
top
know
again.
good art.
Oh, that's the maximalist coming out. Woo!
I think
they're
pixel
wrong.
art is pixel art wins. My ducks, I was flipping these ducks today. Real quick, sorry to keep taking us off on these tangents. I was literally buy duck at 0.02, sell duck for 0.09. Buy duck at 0.02, sell duck at 0.09. Like 9 ducks. This dude Donald that's on one of these Discords that I'm in is like and he bought some luchadors with me. Like he's just flipping these ducks. But then like the bots get a hold of it and it's crazy. So like the pixel art's moving, like the punk dogs, like all these derivative punks that I know, Pio, you're very passionate about your
baby punks.
Hatred for everything that isn't baby punk. Any derivative of the punks that isn't the baby punk is tough, right? And I agree with everything you're saying. It's like come up with some original concepts. Like one derivative is okay, but like the 13th derivative, but these things are like mooning. Like you buy it for like, I bought this dog for like 0.009 and sold it for like 0.09. And so
That's
it's like
crazy.
you just
10x.
you follow the activity feed and you just see it. Like if I can afford it and it's like a rounding error on my Ethereum and I'm seeing like 4 or 5 of these pop up, pick a couple up, list them for 10x and see if they sell.
Yeah, straight up. And just to go on record, I don't hate on every punk derivative.
Sorry, hate was a strong word.
Yeah, no, I do
talk
think
shit
a lot
off
of them.
stream.
He has a tattoo that says F punks.
Yeah, F punk alts. No, I like the X copy punks, for example, but it's like it gets out of hand. By the way, Crypto Arte, we had the creator Sebastian on the show. I support any projects that are old. Like Lucky One said that to me today too. He's like, I just like the old stuff. I totally agree. I like the old stuff. That's why I bought that Pepe trading card thing. And I would love to buy a Crypto Arte. I just got to like kind of flip a little bit and rotate some money into it. But I like the old stuff. And I think that a lot of the old stuff is going to continue to get rediscovered. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Hey guys, I had an epiphany come to me while I was sitting here on the Pickles project that, that SAS is involved in. I just realized what he's going to do. Dude, he's sitting on all these pickles, and that Crypto Raider game is exploding. He's going to make those pickles like a weapon in the game that are like just like the Omega weapon in the game, and everyone's going to have to buy one. I've totally got it figured out here. It's like it's going to happen.
Crypto Raiders is going to implement some pickle mechanic.
Yes,
they've got like a $50 million market cap.
You got to burn your pickle NFT to get the pickle sword, and then you're going to be whacking things with pickles in the dungeons. I know it's coming. SAS, I figured it out.
That's the real
He's
alpha.
a master.
So now we're pumping pickles. Briefly, like that reminds me of the Worms game. Like, why couldn't that happen? Do you remember? So, P.O., you don't know this person, but you'll probably meet him. P.O.'s coming to Texas next Saturday. We are going to be playing golf in Frisco. If anyone wants to come join us, all are invited.
Don't come.
After 4 p.m. Saturday. Next Saturday, we're going to have a NFTCulture meetup. But there's this guy named Caesar, and he, like, our friend Steve just hired him, and he's coming back to Texas. But these guys, this is a diatribe, but they play Worms, like that little worm game for like 17 hours a day. And like I get, like they had the holy hand grenade and like these crazy things. Like, why couldn't a game use pickles as a derivative? SAS, we're throwing you some free alpha.
There you go.
That's for sure. Malachi, what is this that you sent me? Because this looks like some, dope original artwork.
This
is hashtags are down below 1 ETH now.
Yeah, they fell like one fell to like 0.79. I almost nabbed it.
Yeah, I think one of the core guys behind it left. I think that's why it kind of dropped off. I don't want to FUD, but I think this was one of the original projects, and he just kind of disappeared.
There's like 16,000.
When did this come out?
Rob would
January.
This is early, man. This was like right after CryptoPunks. This is before Apes. This is early. One of the original projects.
No, it wasn't. You sent us the link to it when they were still released. Oh, that was when they were still releasing the last batch, though.
Yeah, no, this is like what I'm saying. I'm talking about like in terms of like PFPs before the PFP market like caught fire. This was like the second one. I mean, it was CryptoPunks, and then it was Hashmax, and then you had the other ones come.
It was
Apes
the
and all that.
This was, like Nifty Gateway existed for a while, but it hadn't caught. This was pre Nifty Gateway hype. Like it was like well before like Beeple had already dropped, but this was still like a pure art piece.
This was all the DeFi bros. They put this thing together when they saw NFTs were going to take off, and they made this project. But I'm not sure what happened. They didn't really follow through or market it like I thought they would.
It's beautiful art. It's one of those projects that like
it's nice.
I keep an eye on, and like if I saw one drop to like 0.75 or 0.5, like I would nab it in a second.
If I saw Autoglyph get below 200,000, I'd nab it.
Oh, dude, man,
those are awesome.
Yeah, the deal with the Hashmax is they let you name the art. It was one of the first times you could do some sort of like interaction with your artwork, and so that was their big claim to fame on it. But it's kind of died off. Who knows? The invisible hand will probably pump it next week
at some point. Do you guys know this artist, Pop Wonder?
I saw this in one of the Discords. It's pretty awesome.
cool.
Like that bus was up to like 0.14 or 1.14 earlier.
That's
I like
crazy.
the
And then
rainbow waterfall.
yeah,
That's cool.
it's really cool art, and the derivative stuff is fire. Like, look at these gutter cat things, man.
Oh, geez. Good thing Danny's not here. He would be going off on those. Those are, I mean, I think you would really love those.
Well, they're just good, you know. Like, yeah, look, Wicked Craniums right here. Like this is the best derivative stuff I've ever seen in the NFT space.
How are
Besides,
people hooking this up?
this is just a guy, Pop Wonder.
Are people just like pinging, or is he like reaching out to people, or what?
Yeah, I think there's
What's
definitely
his story is what I'm asking.
So
there's approval.
yeah, also people reach out. So there's two things. Like one is like you reach out to have a custom made. I had a custom Dead Ape sushi one made by a very up and coming artist, and we hope to have them on in the next couple of weeks. But like there's a lot of these projects where they either get approval or like they'll get a custom piece of art from this artist that's not a derivative, and then the person can own the derivative and sell the derivative.
Yeah, his stuff is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
super
cool.
sick. It's super sick, and yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of these types of derivatives. The only derivative I can think is better is on Twitter. I saw someone make an ape derivative where it was like a Miami Vice themed ape, and that was so sick. It was so well done. I don't know who did it though.
I have
Miami
it
Vice
bookmarked. I'll
theme.
find
That's
it.
awesome. We got to bring that
It
up.
was sick. It was sick.
It was one of the
I'll try
best
to find
I've seen too.
You seen that one, Mal?
Yeah, I have it bookmarked on Twitter. Let me go see if I can find it. Someone asked about on one force briefly. Like for me personally, this is the final PFP picture that I'm really excited about. Like there's a couple that I'm kind of excited about, but like this one looks truly unique, and the roadmap is actually like if it sells out, they're gonna make a comic. So like I think on one force actually looks cool. And once again, we haven't taken a dime yet. Like next week, we'll probably hopefully get some money.
I think that looks cool.
We'll tell y'all.
I think that one looks cool.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Look, I'll buy it.
When is this one minting?
August 7th.
7th?
Not, I think it's
Nick,
the
go down?
19th. It's either the 17th or the 19th.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So next week, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Mal, any ideas who's behind this one?
19th.
Yeah, we actually, like, full disclosure, they didn't give us a dime. I just liked it. Noe likes it a lot. Noe tells me a lot about projects. And I reached out to them and they responded, and we did an interview on NiftyCulture.com. It's just one of those projects. It's clean, right? Like everything is so busy these days that it's like, it's got that cyberpunk feel. It's unique. It feels like anime. Like this is the type of thing, like that one jacket, like it's coming up like right after this. The foil jacket just looks really sharp. There's just polish here where you can tell that like thought had gone into it. And the fact that they didn't spend like, they didn't launch this project in just a day, right? Like this project clearly is well thought. We've known about this project for a while, and they are still not, they're not out. So they're polishing, they're working hard, those types of things.
Well,
Yeah,
like
launching
cool.
on-
I mean, talk about profile picture type pieces. That's a cool profile type picture.
The only problem
cool.
with it for a profile picture is it faces the wrong way.
Yeah.
That being said, I think like I'm a not artist, so this is my
It
not
does
artist
face the
opinion.
wrong way.
But that being said, like one way you can really tell this is just done. This is actual like artist created material versus like the penguin thing is like just looking at the shading, like looking at all those individual pieces, all of them are shaded differently. So they're all like hand shaded. Versus, and yeah, you can see that. Oh man, that's super sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think where you can really like quickly and easily differentiate for a lay person, at least this is something I do, but of course I'm no expert. But just looking at how stuff is shaded in is an easy way to tell like how much time was spent on it. That's really sweet. Is that just like, how did this person get this one created?
Kyle does customs, so you can reach out to him, and he will do custom art. And it's not cheap.
Vehicles in it.
Yeah, like he'll do anything you want, and he'll
Dang.
interpret it in his
Oh,
own
he's
way.
got a Testarossa in that one.
Bro, that's a 3000 GT.
No, bro.
Bro.
Those are Ferrari wheels.
Oh,
Trust
you're
me.
right. I'm wrong. The sides look like the 3000 GT. What can I say? Not gonna make it.
So you're able to you can use the Bored Ape. You can use it. You can do that.
Yeah. No, that's to me that's kind of I think that's the reason why Bored Ape derivatives just have more impact to me than like punk derivatives. Like we were having that debate earlier, is because if you own an ape, you can do whatever you want with it. With the punk, any derivative is risky.
Dude, check out this Uzi. That's pretty sick.
Oh,
that's cool.
It's pretty wild. You can basically make any floor ape look like a, exotic ape. Like, it's crazy.
Granted, that one I probably was already metal skin like that. I'm guessing that's part of the ape, so that's definitely not a floor ape, but super sweet.
This one's heavily customized, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still awesome.
Oh, like he changed the logo on that one. Hey, a couple of these have the logos changed up.
Yeah, like this one like has the under the hat, which like it's pretty sick.
Dude.
Yeah. So shout out to
I wonder if that dilutes the high-end apes. The fact that you can just take your ape and modify it and no, you don't think so?
I think derivatives increases the market. They're additive, I feel. That's my opinion. I might be wrong.
Everyone give him Kaio Kill on Twitter. Tell him that NFTCulture sent you.
He's gonna get blown up.
All right, what else are we talking about? We got about 5-10 minutes left. Anyone in the comments have any concerns? What did we lose on? Crypto Raiders. Let's talk Crypto Raiders.
Yeah, tell me about this game.
Dude.
How's the gamification on Crypto Raiders supposed to work?
No, the gamification doesn't matter. The fact that it's at $1 matters. I mean, the gamification is pretty cool.
But let's run with that. What do you do with Raider token? What do you do with Raider?
It's the governance token for the project.
Oh, it's just a governance token. It's not used for some like utility aspect.
No, Aurum is the in-game utility token. So it's like how Axie has two tokens. They split it up. One governs the actual project, and the other one is the in-game currency. So you got the two tokens. Raider token's the one that you'll probably, as the game makes money, you'll govern that money, and you could, choose to have all the Raider token holders extract the fees out of the game if you want to. Probably wouldn't be very smart for the long term of the game. Probably need to reinvest that into the development of the game, but you'll have control over different mechanics in the game. So that's what the Raider token does. I'm happy to say, Mal, I'm happy to announce this on stream. Mal is now an official DeFier. He's actually, Raiders has brought him into the DeFi world. He's now providing liquidity and staking his token and earning yield.
Oh, I was going to ask.
Welcome to the future, Mal.
What market, what exchange are you using for that?
Sushi is the exchange where you LP at.
It's actually like it's one of those things. It's like the first time you use MetaMask, it's like, oh wow, what am I doing? Like I remember like being incredibly uncomfortable, like feeling somewhat intimidated. And I've been like a technology first person, right? Like we're all near the same age. So like we were comfortable with computers. Like we weren't digital natives, but we were like in that transition period. So like we're comfortable doing these things, but like it's intimidating to move your crypto around, put it in wallets, spend it, all of that type of stuff. But then like for me, like I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just intimidated by like the liquidity pools. It's like that's too many steps. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older. But like once you get it, like I was able to start doing it on my own. You just have to try it. And you have to figure out like all the nuance of how everything works. And then once you understand it, it starts making quite a bit of sense.
This is why I was a big proponent for chains like Binance Smart Chain and Polygon and whatever else where the fees aren't so high on Ethereum. It's tough to really try things, because the gas fees are high. So, you go onto some of these side chains, it's wonderful to experiment. And once you get your feet wet and understand what you're doing, then you go back to main chain and really take advantage of the yield that's there.
All
right, we'll end with this. The Deadfellas. I'm going to pump my own bags for a minute.
Tell me about these guys.
No, it's like a cool project. I was actually going to sit out. I bought 2 at 0.08. And I know that we've talked about it quite a bit, but it's one of those things like, look, this isn't financial advice. I own 2. I have 1 listed at like 0.19, just so everyone knows. And it was up to like 0.018, but it fell back down to 0.092. It's an interesting concept, and there's a lot of hype around it. This is the project that we started the day off of, that those whatever those dogs were, took the steam away from. Paper D, who's been on the show, thinks that like it has all the things he likes, like cool cats. It looks like it's got zombies. We're heading into Halloween season, and like these are the things to think about. Like, don't necessarily buy these. In fact, I wouldn't recommend buying these. But if like PFP season goes long, and Sass and I've talked about this quite a bit, I think that if the floor doesn't fall on all these projects in the next 3 weeks, if it makes it to game day college football in America, all the bros that are gambling on all the games, that are comfortable with NFTs, they're all going to be like speculating on NFTs. I think that extends the season. Whether that's good or bad is indifferent. Like, I would love to spend the next 6 months talking about art on Nifty Gateway. But I think that if we make it 3 more weeks, this gets extended. And so once we think about that, now we're thinking about, like, I guarantee you that if this season extends to October, we're going to see more skeletons, more zombies, more ghosts, more ghouls, more vampires, all those things. And then I guarantee there's going to be a 10,000 turkey NFT drop.
Dude, I'm really interested to see Halloween. I've actually had a separately just been thinking about like what is going to happen to this space during Halloween this year.
And it's cool because like you buy the PFP, like why can't you have like seasonal PFPs that like you're like, all right, like because not only 10,000 people in the ape, and like what's interesting, and now we're gonna go a little bit long, but like when you look at Dune analytics, like this is really crazy to think about, like the amount of people that have transacted on OpenSea on 8/13, which is today. 225,000 people have registered on OpenSea and have made at least 1 transaction. So if you think about like the parabolic nature of what's happening, we're not even halfway through the month. And the OpenSea monthly fees for this month are like twice as high as every previous month combined. When you think about the monthly volume, $789 million USD in monthly volume in OpenSea. So like just looking at the data of how many new people there are, how much money is coming into this space. Now, granted, the volume could be like, I buy for 0.1, I sell for 0.11. Like that's going to count as 0.21 in volume, and it's only actually like 0.1 actual change. So people need to be considering that. But the astronomical or crazy rise that we're seeing in OpenSea is something to look at. The only concern that I have is like how many of these are real, how many of these are fake, and how many new people are coming in. Because if we believe, Hunter and Pio have talked about this, we've talked about it. Like if we believe like a month ago there were only 30,000 or 50,000 people in NFTs, like how many people that want an ape don't have an ape? And then what's the ape distribution? We can start to triangulate like how many people are actually actively involved in NFTs. And if the number is now jumping, like let's say it's jumped 100% in the last month and a half, and it continues, more and more people are coming into the space. Tom Brady launched his NFTs a couple days ago. This season can just run and run and run because there's more and more people that are coming in. And when you think about it that way, of course, pudgy penguins are going to take off. I can't afford a 20 ETH ape, but I can afford 5.5 ETH pudgy penguins that look good. And now all of a sudden there's demand. Now there's new entrants. And so pudgy penguins won't be bigger than the apes, but there's always going to be that third. Danny talked about all the time. What's 3, 4, 5, all the way through 10? And I think like if enough people come into the market, it starts evening out where we're going to start to see some clarity in the short term, which is incredibly interesting to think about. Like, we're all tired of NFTs. We're exhausted. We need a vacation. But there's people that formed their first OpenSea transaction yesterday. Think about the vigor and the excitement that they're going to have around this. It's crazy.
Yeah,
good point.
With 5 million monthly active users in MetaMask alone, although that's probably the predominant wallet on Ethereum, you have to imagine that it's over 30,000 users for NFTs. Like, I'm sure at this point, with the money that's being sloshed around, it's got to be growing exponential from here on out.
Well, and OpenSea wants you to use Fortmatic first, Raritable's Fortmatic only. Like, there's a lot more that's like behind the scenes in this. So there's just a lot to uncover. There's a lot to unpack. Like, we don't know enough.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how fractionalization affects the rest of the PFPs, right? Buying Fraction and Punk and putting that as your picture and joining that micro community. You become a micro community member for, a zombie punk. You might not need as many new PFP projects.
I'm not as big of a fan of that. Like, I know a lot of people, and I know PO talks about fractionalization. And granted, I have an ape and I don't have a punk, but like, I think that I'm more interested in the fractionalization of like, can NFTCulture buy a bunch of punks because it's a good store of value? Like, do we buy Bitcoin the Michael Saylor way, or do we buy punks? Like, that's where I start considering, like, if I
both are good.
It's going to be an interesting paradigm because, like, if you own 10% of a punk, can you make that your profile picture? And then, or even 1%. Now there's 100 people with those punks that are.
Maybe that's part of the thing. I mean, maybe it's like punk number 857 is just like owned by some DAO, and part of being in the DAO is you can use the
Punk
if you can prove you own the
7-005.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, it makes sense because it's advertising for the DAO as well, right? Like, one of the things I used to fight with Danny on was like there were only 3,000 something gutter cats, and like, if all 3,000 people had their gutter cat as their PFP, and it's never going to happen because gutter cat owners also own apes and punks, so they're never going to go that layer down. So like, now you only have, let's say, like 1,200 gutter cats that could ever be out there. There's still going to be, 5,000 apes that, 888 literally is launching a big platform to compete with all the other platforms, and 888 still has an ape as their PFP, and 888 could own whatever they wanted. So like, that's how strong the ape is from a visual aesthetic. So it's interesting to think about. All right, I'm tired. It's been a long week.
Yeah, for sure. Same here, man.
Hey, we have a culture coin coming. Spoiler for everybody. Details to follow.
Just gonna throw that in at the end.
Why not?
Man, we paid attention.
Let's
join us on Discord. Hey, actually, I have one more thing. How many followers do we have? We got, culture coin, a culture token coming soon. We're at 9,986 followers on Twitter. Would appreciate any help that we can get. Let's get to 10,000 a night. If we do 10,000 a night, maybe we do a giveaway.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sweet.
Maybe
I love it.
Bags that we're holding.
Oh, we got a whole account of bags now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any last thoughts?
Nah, man, just trying to stay on top of everything.
I guess I'll do the VeVe drop coming up. I guess we'll do the
VeVe
VeVe drop,
tomorrow?
I guess.
We're
Let's see what we
live
can get.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll join you, Rob.
VeVeDropLive.com.
Let's do it.
Dude,
It's
I'm
not
pumped
a
for that
website.
one.
It could be a website. It's not.
You don't
You
sound
like that,
pumped for that
John?
one.
John, you like that one? I'm like,
Dude,
you cool
I
with
don't know,
it?
man. It's Marvel. That's pretty cool. And it's a
Yeah.
blind bag. It's the first blind bag. That's badass.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can buy a ton of them. If you get lucky, then, you flip a bunch and hold on to what you want.
Hey, what's
Well,
the
man, if
volume
you're lucky to
numbers?
get one.
Before we log off, the critical number, how big is the drop? Is it big enough where everybody's going to be able to get one or not?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's a massive drop. But the important thing is the Red Skull if you get the red skull, that's the ultra rare. So you pay $13 and you get that. So if you want to complete the set, like supposedly VeVe is going to start incentivizing set collectors. So you have to get the whole set, and then you get additional perks. So like for this drop, it's just like anything else, like a coup, right? If you know what the most limited one is, that's the one you want to get, because the rest of the one's value will fall relative to that one. So you got to try to complete this set. So this is the one you want to try to flip as much until you get this guy, and then you can chill out and wait for the market to bottom a little bit.
So So for the small Captain America, it's 28,888 editions.
Mm-hmm.
For the Sam Wilson, another Captain America one, it's 28,888.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is 18,888. Bucky Barnes, 11,888. And the Red Skull is 4,888. That's what you want.
Yeah, this is the one that's going to be the most difficult to get if you're going to try to complete this set. I mean, and they're $13, right? I mean, hell,
$13 is an ultra rare.
Yeah. Try to nab it. Why not?
And what's the total number is what, 100,000, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
No,
We'll see if it makes it to 2 minutes this Saturday. VeVe hasn't made it to 2 minutes past the hour for.
Oh, I'm sure they will. There's so many of them. They'll for sure make it.
There's like 70,000.
It's not going to sell it tomorrow, but I think like what's going to depend on if they sell out at all is how many of the red skulls get uncovered tomorrow. Like, if these are all uncovered,
because the red skull by itself is going to be like, think about like their normal drops are like $50. So like if you drop $300 and you think you're going to get a red skull, like I think this thing sells out tomorrow because of it's a loot box. Like for all our gamer friends out there, like that's what it is. Like everyone's going to bet that they get the rare one, and people, if they spend $150, they don't get it, they're going to load up and try again until it sells out, because until the red skull sells out, it's going to keep pumping.
Yep.
You think so? So you think you're going for sellout first day?
No, like I said, depends on red skull, right? You're going to have to look at the numbers. If like, all the red skulls are gone the very first day, then I don't even know if the rest of the blind boxes are going to get bought, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a lot. That's a huge drop.
Then couldn't they figure out the algorithm to make sure that the red skulls at least is towards the end of it?
Man, they could, but that'd be dirty.
Well, then pre-randomized.
It's supposed to be randomized.
Oh,
yeah,
sure. Set up randomized. It's still set up for randomized.
But you could change the seed until it worked the way you wanted it to. Randomize it, see what percentage of red skulls is in the last 10%. If you don't like that, re-randomize it. That's
dangerous. I don't think VeVe would do that with IPs like Marvel and DC.
I don't see. Hey, by the way, one last drop, Mal. Same story. Aku, if anybody's following Micah's work, the chapter 4 giveaway is happening on I think the snapshot's being taken on the 17th, the 19th. So if you want to ever complete that set, you need to go out and get yourself a chapter 3 right now, because thing is going up in value. It's the scarcest of all the chapters.
John, are you pumping your bags?
John's pumping bags.
No, I mean, for real, like what I said earlier, if you're not passionate about your own holdings, then you shouldn't be holding it. But yeah, I do. Sure. I own it. But I mean, to me, it's the best.
Is that your first Nifty Gateway drop?
Yeah. So I did an experiment on my own mind, right? So for me, you know me, I'm not like, I see the artwork and I'm like, that's cool, but I'm not spending 20 grand on a piece of art. I don't have it in my house. And, so I'm not, some of the artwork I think is really cool, but it's not, I mean, the price to coolness is not in line with me. But when I heard Micah's project, I was like, this is a project I can get behind. So I just went out and bought it. And the fact that it's actually doing well, from a value standpoint is great, but it's actually the one project, I'm sure there are others. I don't follow everything, but to me, it's like a real worthwhile project because of, why it's being done, like the ethos behind it. I don't see any other projects that really are, focusing on the story as much as Micah is.
Yeah, it's a cool project for sure. Yeah. But also you're pumping your bags. But it's cool. That's what I wish I didn't miss out on. Now I'm one of those people who's like, I was around when it was the chapter 1 was minting, and I was like, nah, that's going to be too high volume, so I'm not going to buy one. And then
me too.
Chapter 2 comes out, and you could get chapter 1 for pretty affordable, and I was like, nah, now he's diluting it with chapter 2, and then I just didn't see the big picture. So you always got to think about the big picture.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to drop any alpha on stream on this. But if you do actually have chapter 1, 2, and 3, and you're getting the free chapter 4 airdrop, you get to join a Discord channel, and there's some interesting stuff being talked about there. But I can't leak it. I get slapped. So if you want to know, you got to collect chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Choo choo.
Nice.
All right, that's all I got. That's all I got, Mally. I'm done.
I like that.
Good job, John. Way to end it strong for us.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just proud that you actually own like
NFTs. Listen. Hey, it had to be the right project. I'm not down on the rest of it, but it had to be the right.
No, Mike
project.
is awesome, and he's been on the show. We're huge fans. Wait, Catherine's coming Monday, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We got Pio back to say goodbye.
Are we done though?
Hey, Pio, we were doing the Aku story, man. I was waiting for you. Aku, waiting for you to get back.
Aku, yeah, man.
Aku.
Yo, the moon god, man. So what do you need to know?
No, dude, I already did it, man. I already told the viewers if they want to be on this train, they better get on now. That was it. And I got accused of pumping my bags.
No. So if you want to talk about like a no-brainer to me, if you could go back in time now, right? The whole Aku series, I figured that it was going to cost $10,000. Micah went on record because it was 10 pieces, all $1,000. So I was like, I'm in for 10 of these. But I bought the first one the first week, not on drop day, but the first week, and I paid $1,750. So I was like, all right, I'm in for $10,750. He announced today or yesterday on Twitter, it's only going to cost $8,000. So that's because Chapter 4 we're going to get 2 free copies of. So you don't pay for Chapter 4 if you own Chapters 1, 2, and 3. And apparently he'll probably do that again. There will be another free one or something. Maybe it's like if you own the first 9, you get the 10th one for free. Who knows, right? At $8,000 for this series, it's already been commissioned for a movie. He's a former professional athlete that's apparently an incredibly talented artist. I have no doubt in his work ethic. It's going to be like a franchise where there's toys, video games, collectibles, like stuffed animals and stuff with the message that it has. And when I interviewed him, he didn't drop any names. He was very cool about it. He didn't drop any names, but he talked about how he's having conversations behind closed doors with big name athletes. I speculated on escape velocity on my first YouTube channel in my profile of Micah Johnson. I was like, it's only a matter of time before LeBron James either gets involved with this project or starts talking about this project, because LeBron always supports other athletes. LeBron is deep in the entertainment industry at this point. He has his own show. He just did Space Jam, the movie. He loves the entertainment industry. It's why he went to LA to play for the Lakers. And he supports social justice causes in general. And there's a big social justice message with this work. This was the biggest no-brainer to me. I never sold it. I could sell it right now for like 12 grand when I paid like, less than 4 grand for it. I'm not going to sell the thing. And if it dips again, the only thing I'm pissed about is I didn't buy the dip when it dipped down, but I just couldn't buy anything on Nifty Gateway at that point. It was just like in the gutter so bad. But yeah, I mean, to me, for as far as our projects go, if you didn't get chapters 2 and 3, you might be priced out now because they're like $5,000. You can still pick up chapter 1 for $2,000, which sounds pretty cheap to me now. And I would just buy the rest of the chapters at $1,000. Never financial advice, but like, do you really think that they're not going to appreciate? They're $1,000 and you can buy them with a credit card, open edition. There's no like barrier to entry. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it.
So listen, I'm going to play the opposite side so we don't come off as completely pumping here. I know Pio's not trying to pump. He's just super passionate about it like I am, man. I'm actually hanging out in their Discord. And like I said, when you see the community that's formed around it, it's pretty awesome. Like the people that are involved and what they're doing and how they're actually using the brand in their day-to-days and the side projects that are popping up in the community, he's got something real. But just to play devil's advocate there, if you really want to get in this thing, you want to collect the set. And to collect the set, you really have to try to get a hold of chapter 3 because it's the scarcest. So,
Bro, you said
you know,
you're not going to pump bags, and you're pumping bags.
dude, I'm sorry. No, Lay, hold on. Let me back up. The reason I'm saying that is that Yopio was talking about buying chapter 1. The thing about buying chapter 1, it's cool if you want to hold Genesis, but really in any of these things, when you're trying to collect a set, it's just like what we talked about with the Red Skull. Like the price of the other ones is going to be dictated almost exclusively. They'll fall off relative to the most scarce item in the set. So if you're going to do it, you know, don't buy every other chapter and then come back and try to find 3 later, because it's going to be like 10 times more expensive than everything else because it's the limiting set in the collection. So just something to think about. I wouldn't, I wouldn't go out there diving unless you just want to hold chapter 1 because it's Genesis, which I totally get. You just want to be involved with the project because it's a cool project. I totally get. But any of our flippers or collectors, just keep that in mind.
For sure. And one more thought on Aku, and then I'll address VeVe, and then I think you guys were trying to wrap, and I kind of hijacked this Danny style here at the end. But so like with Aku, he's got a fan channel in the Discord where people are just submitting fan art. So they're submitting their artwork of the character. Like that's what happened. Like you see this with all these franchises, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. That's what you want to see. Like he's really created this universe with this character. It's totally original. It's been commissioned for a movie. Like the bare case is that the movie just sucks and everyone hates it and the toys don't sell. But I don't see that happening.
No way.
So VeVe said, what about Blau announcing royalties of his music? I feel like we're going to see that more and more. And the NFT is just going to be the token of authenticity and the way for an individual to invest in a non-stock market related, like, you know, asset, so to speak, as if you consider Blau as a musician an asset that someone values. And we've been talking about this, and it's just coming to life now that there's this royalty thing, this royalty dynamic. I think Blau's been working on this for like 2 years or 2.5 years. I saw him tweet about it. It's obviously very involved. It's wicked exciting, and we're going to see more and more. The Lazy Lion, talking about pumping bags, the Lazy Lion I just bought apparently has some, who knows if it's the real thing or not, but some sort of royalty. I don't know what the hell it means, but a royalty thing built in. Apparently it's not written into the contract. Mike was talking about that. I didn't know what I was saying is funny, Valerius Crypto.
All right, let's recharge next week. We may or may not do happy hour. Might be our first break.
I might be sitting right next to you over
sitting
there.
hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go get one of those WeWork spaces with some masks or something.
We'll see.
Next weekend,
in your backyard.
If you're in Texas, join our Discord. Hit us up. We'd love to hang out
Come
with
play
you
some
Saturday
golf.
night.
If you're not in Texas, still join our Discord, please.
Yeah, that would be awesome too. But follow us on Twitter first because we're gonna get 10K.
Boom.
Good kicking it, guys. I'm gonna jump. I'm about to grill some pork chops. Let's go.
All right, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Later.